So continuing on the Pandas series, I'm reading one more CSV file, converting into a data frame. So this is our data frame, what it looks like. Now suppose I want to get the unique values of a particular column. I can call the unique method. If I want to calculate the value count, so suppose how many times 73 is been repeated in our column, 78 repeated 36 times, 76 34 82 31 times, and so on. If I want to calculate mean of all the other columns apart except model year, so depending on model year I want to calculate the mean of other columns, so you can use df.group by model year dot mean. Suppose you want to calculate the mean of only one column mpg depending on model year, so df.group by model year dot mean, then pass mpg. Suppose I want to calculate the mean of other columns depending on model year and cylinders, so this is what it will look like. Now I want to calculate the mean of all columns, and I want to print those columns except model year and cylinder, so it will print all the columns. Now suppose I want to calculate the index, like the model and the cylinders mean, but I want to give the index as in it will print all the values. So 70 is the model year and it has 4 as cylinders, and 70 is the model year, it also has 6 as cylinders, and so on. Then df.group by model year dot describe, it would calculate count, mean, standard deviation, mean, 25%, 50, 75% max for all the columns. So it will calculate all these things for mpg, it will calculate for cylinders, and so on and so forth. Then df.group by model year dot describe dot transpose, it would just convert the x-axis to y-axis. Then df.group by model year dot cylinder dot mean, so again the same thing, I need to calculate the mean of all columns except model year and cylinders, because we are grouping by model years and cylinders. So year cycle cylinder dot index dot name, it would give you model years and cylinders because we have grouped those values. Then year cycle dot index dot levels, then it would first print those of cylinders, and then after that it will print it will first print of model years and then it would print of cylinders. And suppose year cycle dot log of 70, then here it will say that okay, only print those values in which the model year is 70. Here it will only print those values in which model year is 70 and 82. Here print those values in which the model year is 70 and it is but the cylinder are 4. I think it is smart enough. So if you check this syntax and this syntax is same, but in this syntax you can see that we are passing it as an array of array, or you may call it a list inside the log, but here we are passing it inside the rounded brackets. So here it is smart enough to know if that okay, if it is rounded brackets then it should be model year and cylinder, but in case of an array it should be only model years. Now again printing the year cycle. Now xs means cross axis, so here what it will do is that model year is 70 and you are giving it the key as 70 and the level is model year, so it will just check okay, whatever is corresponds to 70 of model year, it will print those values. Then here again 70 and 80 we are printing for model years. Here we are printing 4 for cylinders. Okay, So whatever value corresponding to value 4 of cylinders will get printed. Then df of cylinders dot is in 6 of 8. So here we are checking whether the cylinders is between 6 and 8. Then we are grouping it by model years and cylinders and finding the mean of all the other columns. Then year cycle cylinder dot swap levels. It would, it would previously it was model year and cylinder. Now it would just convert cylinder and model year. So cylinder would be first, model year would be next. Next, year cycle dot sort index level model year ascending false. So we are just sorting it by model years in descending order. We are sorting by cylinders in descending order. So if we check, 8 is the highest number of cylinders. Then I want to calculate the standard deviation and mean for the columns. So I can use something like this. If I want to calculate standard deviation and mean of only one column, you can use something, pass the extra column after standard deviation and mean. Now if I want to calculate max and mean of MPG but mean and standard deviation of weight, you can pass something like this, df.agg, and inside that you can pass your particular columns. That's it for today's video. See you in the next one.